everybody. I'm Delusion Dispeller, and this is going to be a really hard video to get started for several reasons. Number one, I have been sick for 3 days, but this is not about me. This is about Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. And yeah, unfortunately, Chris too, because he's the one that obviously took their lives. A lot of people are probably going to come here and say, "Whoa, what is she going to say now? She was all wrong." You know what? It doesn't even matter. The fact is, there was a murder, and human beings are dead now because people obviously didn't know them or didn't know him as well as they thought they knew him, and they didn't know them as well as they thought they knew them either, because they didn't know they were having problems. Maybe some people did, but not enough people. And if they did know they were having problems, people didn't step in and prevent this somehow. Maybe it couldn't be prevented, but that's just how I feel about it. Why did somebody not help these people? These are the angels that I did in my own personal memoriam for the little girls, Bella and Celeste, and also Nico. The little bunny rabbit down here is Nico, because he was just a little guy. Oh my gosh, how do you even cover a situation like this in a video? You know, it makes all the garbage going on online right now. He said, she doesn't like me, she blasted me an email, whatever. It pales in comparison to the hurt, the suffering, the anguish that these people are going through. And no, I'm not going to sit there and say, "Okay, you were right. It wasn't a competition for me. It was just me speculating and giving an opinion. It was never meant to be like that." But now that we have the truth and we have the autopsy report and we know that he did this horrid, oh my gosh, unspeakable, awful thing. Hi, everybody. Um, what's to say? What is there to say about this? There's nothing to say other than rest in peace, all of you. And oh my Lord, what possesses somebody? More like who possessed somebody. We already know who possesses people to do this. It's just absolutely beyond belief. How does he go from putting him up on his shoulders and doing, whatever you call them things, squats, and having him climb on his back and feeding the little baby with the spoon, to doing the unspeakable and literally unspeakable stuff that I don't even want to think about or talk about? It's just, oh my gosh. Sociopath, psychopath, something down the wrong path. You know, there's a Bible verse that says, "Narrow is the way and few there be that find it." Obviously, Chris did not take the narrow way. He took the wide way, the way of the mistress. He took the way of the seductress that is talked about in Proverbs, that lures in the man in Proverbs with her little wily ways. She says in Proverbs, she says, "My husband's out of town. Come and basically dine with me," or whatever. Now, I don't think the mistress had a husband, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. But anyway, hey Reba, she lured him and he bit the bait, or he lured her and she bit the bait. Either way, oh my gosh. Yeah, remorse for getting caught, maybe. And that's not remorse. So I was right originally that he was the narcissist, that he was the psychopath. So those videos will probably be put right back up there, because I was waiting to see. Maybe I'm wrong all along. I was giving room for reasonable doubt until we knew more of the details. But good God, I'm just, I'm just like, I don't know what. Sheesh. Speechless, really speechless. These poor kids. Oh my God. I can't even. Any children that have died at the hands of somebody else. Absolutely horrible. Horrible. Ugh. There's just really nothing much to say other than I'm horrified. Absolutely horrified. And I'm in a state of shock, to be honest with you. I really am. Because hearing the details is just like, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I know, Tamara, exactly. It's, I don't get it. And why was his leg shaking? Was he angry? Because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like he was angry. Like, why do I have to sit here and listen to all this again? I know what I did. My interpretation. I know, Candace. It's absolutely horrible. Um, what do you mean, Sandy Christ or Christ? I don't know how you say your last name. Um, hmm. Is that what they said? Trolls beat. He killed her as soon as she walked in the door. Yeah, it's horrid. And I was going to talk about bipolar disorder tonight, and I don't know if you guys want to talk about that or if you just want to go over the Chris Watts situation. I don't know. Well, and the fact that, yeah, I think they said that, Tamara. I don't know. Hi, Natalie. Welcome in. Thanks for that nice email, by the way. It was very sweet of you. Maybe it was because maybe he was hugging her and then he choked her. That's what I'm thinking. Because how many times have we seen pictures of him with his arms around her, hugging her, holding her? You know, that's what I'm thinking. Because then, yeah, she wouldn't have fought. She would have thought this is just another hug intimacy session with him. Good God. Yeah, gee, exactly. And those precious little baby girls. Oh, my Lord. We may have disagreed on who killed who and all that stuff, but nobody's ever disagreed on the fact that those children did not deserve to be killed. Yeah, I thought he was a police officer as well. I don't know. Absolutely unbelievable. Un- Unfathomable. It's not unbelievable because people do kill kids. People do kill their spouses, but it's unfathomable that this man who was dancing around with his children, who was playing with his children, who was feeding his children, could do that. And now all those things I said, like where he's holding up the dog and like that with that look on his face, like she's next, Shanann's next, was I right? Not because I'm trying a popularity or a contest of competition. But yes, I saw the signs in that video. Go back and watch it again if you don't see the signs. And now people are going to say, well, now she's flipped and said Chris did it. Well, because now we know he did. So now I'm going to comment the way I originally thought, which was that he was a narcissist and a psychopath or a sociopath. So now I know from factual evidence, DNA, and autopsy, that that's exactly what he was and who he was. At least his behavior was. Oh my God. No, there's no winners. Right. Exactly. We love you. I was just telling Reba today. I said, I bet it was, I don't want you to have these girls. And if I can't have them, and he didn't really want them, obviously. The way he disposed of them, I don't think he wanted them. They were a burden to him. But I'm not going to have them and you're not going to have them either. So, and we've seen that in murder cases of children. If I can't have them, you're not getting them. Nobody's getting them. That's very common in child murders. Very common. I apologize. I am eating because, well, it's our dinner time and I wanted to come on here before it got too late because I told you guys 7, so. Mm-hmm. It's just awful. I mean, it's not something where I'll say, oh, I'm so glad so-and-so that had videos was right about this. I wouldn't have been happy either way. Whether she killed the children or he killed them, it's horrendous. It's awful. And anybody that says anything other is just a sick, sick individual and disturbed. You don't put your babies to bed and then kill them. You don't. Oh my God. You don't go on business trips with your wife and then choke her to death. I know, Candace. Thank you. Thank you. Poor Bella. Poor CeCe. Poor Shanann. Poor Nico. I may have said things about Shanann and her raising of the children. I still feel that way about her child raising skills. However, she still did not deserve to die. And neither did those girls or Nico. Yeah, Shanann was trying to work on her marriage. She's trying to work things out. He obviously had no intentions of that, as I had heard that he was on the phone with the mistress, like around the time of the murders. He called their school and he called something else and then he called the mistress. Good God. How, oh my gosh. It just, I don't know. You don't do that. You don't do any of this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. There's so many better ways. Try divorce, separation, whatever. Shanann would have been devastated, I'm sure, if he said, I got this girlfriend, we've been seeing each other, whatever, but she'd be alive. She could find somebody new, maybe get some parenting classes, and her and her new guy head off with the kids. And Chris could have visiting rights. But no, he ruined, like they said, who was it? I don't know if it was the brother, if Shanann's brother, or maybe the mother said, not only did you kill our family, you also killed yourself, Chris. So true. He's going away for life. There is no parole, none. No chance of ever getting out. You're growing up, not growing up. You're living your life and spending your years behind bars and behind walls. There won't be any more family gatherings for you. No more dinners cooked by Shanann. No more Thrive meetings. No more life. Just life behind bars. Life in a jail cell with people that don't like you much. Probably hate you because they don't like people that kill babies. I don't know, Lily. Good question. I don't really know how he's going to react. I don't think he will. I think he's got a sense of weird pride about him. That could be why I sensed the narcissism on him. I guess when I saw her videos and saw the behaviors that disturbed me, I kind of fluctuated over to, well, if she'll do this, will she go to the extreme? That's why I kept saying that, because I really believed it's somebody that could let their kid hang on a sink and almost fall off, and other things that happened that maybe she could have done that too. But no, now that we know that he's the criminal, he is the evil one, he is the one that did it. It's just, oh my God, I don't know. Yeah, exactly, trolls. That's what I'm saying. Oh my Lord. Yeah, he called Chris his brother. Eh, Oh my gosh. I was just watching it right before I came on here. The whole thing. The whole case. Not case, but the whole court hearing or sentencing, I guess you call it. And it was devastating. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly, G Marie. That's exactly it. Hi, Lainey. Hi, Nat. Oh, I already said hi to you, Natalie, but you know, a lot of us on here who have been making videos on this and other things, but covering this whole thing and talking about it. Yeah, we are. Um, we've attacked each other in some ways. We've distrusted each other. And all of that doesn't matter a hill of beans when you realize that there are 4 people dead, and now we know why they're dead. We're alive to fight with each other and bicker back and forth. They're not. Shanann isn't alive to use her Thrive anymore. She's not alive to teach people about her products. Those kids are not alive to make us all laugh and smile and enjoy their little antics. I'm alive. So whoever can say whatever about me, I'm alive. And I'm thankful I'm alive. I'm devastated that they're not. But none of this naysay stuff and haters and all that stuff, it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Because life hits you like right in the gut. Like, oh my gosh, there are people that were murdered. Murdered. Tortured and murdered. Not just murdered. Tortured and murdered. Smothered and strangled. Oh my Lord. Hmm. Yeah, I he was looking for, well, yeah, she said that he told her he was looking for a home for his kids. Was he really? I don't know, but I figure I would make the first half hour of this about the Chris Watts trial or the Chris Watts sentencing, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about something someone requested the other day. And you guys can still talk about Chris Watts and all that stuff. Go for it. I'm not going to stop you. It's your room too. But I am going to talk about bipolar disorder because I have some things to share about that. And it's a little bit of a different topic, but somebody had asked me to talk about it because they're struggling with it or they know somebody that is, and I will be doing that shortly in about 5 minutes. But for now, carry on talking about whatever. Mm, okay. Gotcha, Astral. Right, Lily, exactly. Well, the interesting thing is, and I can't find the video right now, but in one of my videos, I said, we don't know how the children were killed. It could even be that they were smothered. So I was kind of sensing that it wasn't something like, by Candace, that it wasn't something like a brutal, strangling type thing or whatever. I thought for the kids it probably would have been something less invasive, I guess, less abrupt. Because I don't know if somebody like Chris Watts has a heart. I'd like to say no, he doesn't. And yet, when they mentioned the girls, he was kind of tearing up. Not today, but in another one of his court things. He was kind of like uncomfortable. He was gulping. So, did he really love his kids in some distorted, weird, perverted way? I don't know. Oh, okay, Leardy. Enjoy your grandkids. Yeah, it's just all so disturbing and yucky and yuck. Right, no signs of that. Well, Barbara, what I said was she could have, she might have. I never said she did. I was looking at all the possibilities, is what I was trying to do. And yes, people got very offended at me. I was just basically taking a situation and looking at all the angles. At least I was trying to. And, some of the people that make the videos on here say, or said, well, watch when everything goes down. What's she going to do? Come and apologize to us that she was wrong? No, I'm not going to. It's not about apology. It's about, oh my God, how awful. Either way, just absolutely awful. Okay, Pamela. Well, maybe at the moment I did. And when I saw her videos, I probably did. We were all speculating. Exactly, Astral. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. I will not be covering another murder case. I can tell you that. That's not going to happen. People can talk about it, but I'm not covering it. I'm not going to give my opinion anymore. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I've been attacked in mail. I've been attacked in person. It's not worth all that. It's put strain on my marriage even. So, because my husband's sick of hearing about it. He said, I don't want to hear anything more about Watts. I'll be glad when the Watts thing is over with. We can put it to rest and be done with it. What's not fair? Oh, it's all right, G. Marie. People can think about me what they want. Like I said yesterday, I am who I am. I haven't lied about anything. And if I say that I forgot what I said, that's the truth. I have short term memory problems thanks to Topamax years ago after I got narcissistically abused and I was put on it. I'm not on it anymore, by the way. Oh, and to save people that watch this video from having to look up what Topamax is so you can later throw that at me as some kind of a dart. Oh, she took this drug and blah, blah, blah. Topamax is an anticonvulsant. It's used in bipolar disorder, cyclothymic disorder, PTSD, and all kinds of other things. And after being abused by the narcissist that I was abused by years ago, I had to get on medicine. So, yeah, they give it to people for migraines too. The sad thing is, when you go off of it, it results a lot of times in short term memory loss. So if I come on here and I make a video and I have a statement one day and then I come on again and I state something totally opposite, that's probably why, because I have short term memory loss and I can only talk in the moment about what I know to talk about. And then I forget what the heck I said. That might be why people say I'm cray cray, but I'm not. That's my kids' word, cray cray. Well, actually, they said, Mom, that word went out a long time ago. You're outdated. Yeah, it's not fun. Anyway, it is 7:32. You can keep on talking about, no, not Prozac, Topamax. You can keep talking about the Chris Watts thing if you want. I totally respect that. I know that everybody is just like totally in shock and horrified and upset by this whole thing. And I respect the fact that, you want to hash it and rehash it and talk about it and figure it out still, or whatever you want to do with it. I personally want to talk about what I told people in here that I would talk about. And then we can go back to the Chris Watts thing if y'all want to do that. But I do have some notes here on bipolar disorder that I would like to share with you. So just give me a moment. Oh, and by the way, I told y'all that I've written a couple of ebooks, which I have. They're on Amazon Kindle. That's true. Oh, thanks, Barbara. And also, I'm working on an e-course, which I didn't know was going to turn out to be an e-course, but it's actually working out to be one, thanks to my cousin. It's going to be mostly a video course, which is good because that's kind of what I mostly like to do. There's going to be a little bit of information written, and then you'll get videos to go along with it. I don't know the price of it yet, cost of it. We're still working on it and putting it all together. So that's what you have to look forward to. And it's called How to Move On After the Narcissist is Done with You, or something like that. I don't have it in front of me. So along that line, for the victims of narcissists that have ditched them and moved on. Thank you, Barbara. I really am. I'm not a mean person, and I'm not a mean-spirited person. It's just when you feel like somebody's attacking you or lashing out at you, you either close down or you lash out back, the fight or flight thing, I guess. And I sometimes lash out, and I don't like it. But I don't feel I lashed out last night. I was trying to be very diplomatic and just answer questions and tell the truth about everything from my end of what happened. And the other people involved can do the same. I respect that too. And then people can believe whatever. It's like anything in life. You can listen to two sides and make your own mind up about it. It's the wonderful thing about being human and adult. Sometimes even younger than adults can do that. All right, so let's talk about bipolar disorder, and then I promise we'll get back to Chris Watts if y'all want to talk about that. Hi, honey. First, let me take a moment with my man. He's all congested. I'm congested.
I'm just gonna fall asleep.
You're going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
I love you. Oh, thanks for the heart. Okay. So, the first thing I want to tell you about is something called cyclothymia. People have said stuff about me on video and other places in comments that I'm crazy, that I'm schizophrenic, etc., etc. And I wanted to be honest and open with you and tell you my actual diagnosis. First of all, I'm ADD. I have attention deficit disorder, which is kind of interesting because a lot of people in my life have it, and it makes life very creative at times because nobody's really paying attention to anybody half the time. And I also have something that I'm going to tell you about. Oh, that's fine, Lindsay. Hi. Called cyclothymia. And that is my official diagnosis. It's a very different form, but it is a form of bipolar disorder. Surprise, surprise. I'm being very vulnerable with you tonight because I have nothing more to lose. Seriously, nothing more to hide from anybody. I've never hidden anything from anybody, but I really don't care what anybody says about me. I can now go and watch every video I need to watch from anybody, and it doesn't even upset me. I don't care anymore. I literally am to that point where it's like, say what you want. I don't care. So, thank you, Astral. Okay, so anyways, Let's talk about cyclothymia. A very mild form of bipolar disorder is what I call mine. It can be comorbid with ADD and ADHD. Surprising? No, I don't think so. I have both of those. And with children, when you see cyclothymia, what you'll see is a child that is just really down, discouraged. They feel kind of lost and disconnected. I mean, the adults can too. But that's one way to tell if a child has those symptoms. You have ADHD? I'm not sure what that is. Oh, okay, Barbara. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to finish what I have to say about bipolar for sure. Because I know there's a lot of people on YouTube, especially that battle bipolar disorder. I've met some of them. All right. You have to have it for 2 years in adults. You got to see the symptoms of it for 2 straight years. And it's cyclothymia means exactly what it sounds like, a cycle. Now, for me, how does it affect me? And you'll probably notice this in my videos. Actually, I know I do. My mom was the one that pointed it out to me by watching my videos. She lives in New York. I'm not even from New York anymore. I was born there. I don't live there anymore. Anyway, so we're like states away from each other, and she watched my videos and she's like, I noticed on your videos early in the month, you're like kind of mellow and just really focused and everything. And then as the middle of the month to the end of the month hits, you're like real talkative and like upbeat and just kind of like you're on overdrive a little bit. It's called hypomania, and it's not manic. It's totally different. Well, not totally different, but it's way milder than full-blown mania. Hang on a minute. I got to turn this heat off. I don't know why you turned it back on. I'm dying. Too hot. Okay. So it's not full-blown mania, but it is a form of mania. The difference is hypomanic means you have a high sense of self. You feel, oh wait, no, I'm sorry, that's mania. Mania is a high sense of self, feeling invincible. You're like up on top of the world. You speed in the car. You go from person to person, partner to partner, thing to thing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, G. Marie. She probably has extreme manic episodes. I don't have those. I really don't. Sorry for those of you that thought that you could label me with full-blown bipolar. I don't have it. What I do have is just kind of a feeling of mellow in the beginning, from the first of the month to about the 14th of the month, like the first 2 weeks, maybe a little bit further sometimes, and maybe sooner than that sometimes. I'm very mellow, laid back. Nothing really bothers me a whole lot. But then from the 15th onward, it's hypomania. So it's like I talk super fast. My thoughts sometimes come real quickly. So I'm blah, 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 blah. I seem to talk at people, and I don't mean to. I think I have a couple daughters that also have this, by the way. And I'm pretty sure I have family members, so that it got handed down to me. Yippee yahoo. Nice gift. Anyway, there's no extreme risk-taking behavior. Although when I was younger and other times in my life, I took some dumb risks. I almost died, actually, I believe, at one point. I won't get into the details of that, but it was in a relationship with somebody, and it could have gone a very bad way. There's no psychosis involved in that type of hypomania that cyclothymic people have. No psychosis. I don't have delusions. I'm not paranoid. I don't have hallucinations. However, manic people, like in full-blown bipolar disorder, have psychosis a lot of times. They have delusions and paranoia and hallucinations. Okay, hopefully you're starting to get the picture of the difference between the two. Because I do not have full-blown bipolar disorder. That is not my diagnosis. Nor am I diagnosed schizophrenic. Never was. Been diagnosed many times by many physicians and doctors and everything. So no, I don't. Now, the other flip side, I have the hypomania sometimes, and it's not all the time, but a lot of the time. And it manifests in me different ways. I'm never like violent, I'm never angry, like rageful or anything like that. I don't get like that. I just get very, very busy. I I don't know. I go on cleaning binges sometimes. I know people are going to be like, "Well, you saw your kitchen. It doesn't look like it." Trust me, I do. I just don't always film when I'm doing that. You probably have seen some Let's Clean with Dee Dee videos. That's probably when I was in manic mode, most likely hypomanic mode. All right. Um, Dysthymia is the flip side of the cyclothymic mood disorder or cyclothymic disorder. Um, oh, I know that's not cool, Diane. You're right. It disturbed me too. Um, so again, you have to have 2 years of this as an adult. And it's not the deepest form of depression. It's just like this constant feeling bummed, like just kind of down. Like we don't get real giddy. Sometimes I do. If my husband's being funny, I might. Oh, wow. Okay, bean sprout. Yeah, I know, Lainey. There's probably more. I agree. I'm sure as time goes on and the wheels turn of the world, we'll hear more and more about it. Like every case like that. Um, so dysthymia is a form of depression, but it's not the deepest depression you can have. It's just a feeling of being kind of down. Kind of like not interested in things. Like I used to do portrait drawings, and I am going to get back at one day. I also play keyboard, and I am going to also put that online on a live show at some point where I can play keyboard and sing for y'all. I don't just sing with background music on the iPad or whatever that thing is. I actually play keyboard, I play guitar. So right now, I'm not in an interested mode to pull those out and look for the chord for the keyboard and all that. So I haven't done that. I've just been using background music. I know Bean is funny. Um I also it also changes like your hunger levels. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Um the hunger levels. You may have like a ravenous appetite and then you may have like no appetite at all when you have cyclothymia. And that's probably why I have the weight problem. So no, I'm not a food addict, not a diet addict. Cyclothymic. My moods change. And that can kind of go against you when you're eating, trying to lose weight. So that's probably why my weight goes like that. Also, sleep cycles. Now, thankfully, thank you God, I do not have this problem anymore. When I was younger, I could stay up all night long and just have all kinds of energy to do all kinds of things. I can't do that anymore. I work, I come home, I'm tired. Tired right now, to be honest with you. And then you'll see as the night goes on, my eyes will start getting real droopy. If you can even see my eyes, it's kind of hard with bifocals and the darn glare on the glasses. No, I'm not on meds. Everybody that diagnosed me said I do not need medicine. Not something that affects my life in any major way where I need to be on medicine. And I wouldn't go on it anyways because I've been on medicine and it makes it worse. It makes me feel like I'm just drugged and like a zombie all day and I can't focus, can't think straight. With my type of job, I have to be able to, think clearly. Um, oh yes, my mother would love me to get on medicine. It's not her taking it. It's not her going through all the pain you have to go through to get on it. I don't have time for all that. Yes, they do cause weight gain. That's true. A lot of weight gain. I know even when I was on prednisone, I was starting to gain weight and get the moon face. Oh, that upset me so bad. Absolutely upsetting. That's true, G. That's what I figure too, G Marie. Um, And I was just about to tell you, cyclothymia is manageable even without medicine in some people. That is the difference between cyclothymia and full-blown bipolar. Bipolar people, a lot of them need medicine. I would say the majority of them do, or something to stabilize their moods. Interestingly enough, also, borderline personality disorder is comorbid with this, which means it can be diagnosed along with it. So that can also be part of a diagnosis that goes along with cyclothymic mood disorder, the cyclothymia. Mood swings, um, for a bipolar person are always there. There's no break in the mood swing. It's just up and down and angry and happy and sad and happy again and angry again and sad and frustrated. That's full blown bipolar. With cyclothymia, for me, anyways, it goes, like I told you, in a half-month cycle at a time. Some people, it goes a couple weeks and then a week of the other and then another couple weeks, and it just keeps flip-flopping back and forth. For me, it's literally, I can map it and have mapped it. From the 1st to the 14th is mellow time, as I call it. From the 15th to the 30th or 31st or whatever the end of the month is hypomanic time. When I get on the phone, I can hear me going blah, 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 mile a minute. It's a good time to make videos, and at the same time, it might not be, because if I'm not careful what I'm saying, who knows, people could get offended, and I might say something that I regret later. So, oh, that's all right, Lainey. That's fine. The best idea for people with cyclothymia is to live by a schedule, which I loved to hear that. I learned that this morning when I was doing this research. I love schedules. I'm big on checklists, love checklists. And for people that say I don't do my dishes and I don't do this or that, you haven't seen the checklist that I've set. You just happen to see me filming a video when there's dishes to be done. What you don't know is I usually get off the video afterwards, heat up the hot water on the stove, and do my dishes. And people that have seen do your dishes with me have seen me do my dishes. So yes, I do clean my house. Yes, I do my dishes. Just not while I'm videoing. And maybe not before I video. And maybe I don't always have a pretty backdrop. Oh well. My house is lived in. It's how it is. So live by a schedule. Bipolar 2, in bipolar 2, no, not yet. And you can take that back to whoever you need to and let them know that if you need to. Or if you're just asking, now you know. I have not gotten the hot water heater yet. I don't have the money yet in my account. That's what I'm waiting for. The money has to go from my YouTube into my bank account. So I know I don't like doing dishes without a hot water tank. You're right. I can't take a shower. I can't do dishes. I do sponge bathe though, because I can heat water on the stove, or the microwave. I'm a pretty clean person. I don't like being dirty. That's why I go once a week to my ex's and take a shower, because my hair gets like icky and I like my hair to be silky and clean. So yeah. All right. So bipolar 2 depressive episodes last longer than mania in the bipolar 1, which it's kind of interesting that they say that. Bipolar 2, there's more depression. Bipolar 1, there's more mania. Cyclothymia, there is not really depression. You don't here's how the lady described it. If you haven't seen her, Katie Morton is really good on this stuff. Oh, I know, Diane. I know. I hear you. I appreciate it. I want what's best for me too. Here is the measuring stick, okay? With extreme bipolar, mania is up here. With extreme bipolar, the depression is down here. With bipolar 2, which is less extreme, you only get to about here. Maybe there. And the depression would be right here. With cyclothymia, it's just about kind of right here with the hypomania. And then I don't get depressed. So mine kind of is right here. I don't go into full-blown depression or even partial depression. I just go, yeah, knife, I know. It's a butter knife. I promise you. It's a butter knife. I just picked it up because it was on the stove. I don't go into full-blown depression. I'm not suicidal. I can't say that I never have those types of feelings because sometimes I feel really hopeless. Like when all this attacking was going on online. Yeah, that really bummed me out. And if you're the subject of that kind of thing and your reputation is being smeared and people are questioning your character, it can really hurt after a while. And I've been trying to say, "Oh no, I'm strong. I can handle it." Even Reba called me on that one. She's like, "I know it's got to hurt." And I'm like, "No, no, it's fine." No, it's not fine, and it did hurt. And it's hard because I know what happened and I know how I perceived it, but other people didn't necessarily perceive it that way. And that's okay, but then when you get ripped apart in comments and on videos and whatever, yeah, that hurts. And that makes you feel kind of like, why am I doing this? Why does the world hate me? And I know the world doesn't hate me, but it just feels like that feeling. Yeah, people can be very cruel, especially online because you can hide behind a name. Now, I don't know that those people wouldn't tell me that to my face because maybe they would, and I'd rather have them tell me online. Personally, I don't like face to face confrontations. Hi, Cheryl. Um, bipolar 2 or bipolar 1, extreme mania for at least a week with intenseness every single day. Not me. I don't have intenseness every single day. Not at all. And I'm really thankful I don't. Because, yes, I do know people that are bipolar personally, very personally. And there's been times I've actually spent time like at length with these people. One lady I actually stayed with, like when I left my first husband. Um, yeah, I know. And we're gonna get back to that too, Cheryl. And this person accused me of trying to get her kids in trouble and scolding her kids and whatever. And I never did a such thing. But she did have those hallucinations and the paranoia. So it was really, really difficult for her to believe me that I wasn't trying to, I wasn't out to get her or get her kids in trouble or blame her kids for anything. Um, Hi, Susan. Yeah, it's about 45 minutes, the Chris Watts sentencing. Yeah, it could be astral. A lot of people hide like that and just lash out in words and text. Um, People with bipolar disorder or even cyclothymia are not hindered from life. We just need help and support and talk therapy. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to go to my therapist because I lost my insurance and now I have private insurance and can't afford the copays. So therapy will wait. And there's nothing wrong with talking to a therapist. Even if you're a therapist yourself, they taught us that actually in college, that it's a good thing, especially if you're working with people with all kinds of disorders and problems, for you to go and talk to somebody too. So, um, I was wondering if anybody knew, just to close this off, and then we'll get back into the Chris Watts talk, I promise. Does anybody know of any famous people that are bipolar? Or cyclothymic or depressed or whatever we've been talking about. I know Angelina Jolie, I believe, has borderline personality disorder. She was a cutter, um, self-harmer, mood swings, and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. That just, I'm not calling you crazy if you have bipolar or borderline. I'm just saying crazy behaviors because I don't believe in stigmatizing people. Jodi Arias, yeah, very, very odd looking situations. Demi Lovato. Yeah, she's another one, definitely. Her story is pretty interesting. The dishes will wait for you. It's not a crisis, exactly. And it's not. They'll be there. They're not going anywhere. They'll be there when I get offline. They'll be there tomorrow when I wake up. They'll eventually get done. Anyway, so that's all I had on the bipolar thing. Hopefully that gave a little bit of insight. And it probably gave some ammunition to some people too, to go back and say, that's what's wrong with Dee Dee. She's bipolar. No, Dee Dee's not bipolar. Well, she's bipolar, but not the kind of bipolar you're thinking. I am dealing with cyclothymia that I've had since I was a child, and ADD. That's how it is. But I still have 2 college degrees in spite of it. I did get help through my college with they call it student services. They actually allowed me some extra time to get my papers done. However, I never took the time. I never used the extra time. I just plugged right in with everybody else and got everything done on time. It was pretty cool. Thank you, Susan. But I did learn on here so far that people can turn on you pretty quickly. I've seen people come into my live shows and adore me and then go to somebody else's live show and throw me under the bus. It happens. I'm good. It's all right. I'm cool with it now. I can, like I said, I can watch other people's videos and not take it personally, not um astral version. You're funny. Not take it to heart so much. I am the real deal. I don't know how to be anything other than me. And I will never be a staunchy professional sitting behind a desk with pictures hanging up and my awards hanging up behind me. I mean, I might someday do a video that's more professional, but this is more me. So what you see is what you get. But in my actual e-course, you will see me looking a little bit more professional. I'm dressed up. There's a plain background behind me. Those are the kind of videos that people like to see for those kind of things. So yeah, there's nothing like this behind me in those. Yeah, I know. I did too, Susan. I was really I don't know what I was. It's just my husband watched too, and he just sort of shook his head. But he enjoys that kind of thing, so he was like, "Oh, I would have fun in there." Now he didn't enjoy how I was treated in there, but I just asked a question. I mean, I was hoping for an answer, but I guess she was partying or whatever, and not really in the right frame of mind to answer my question. She didn't chase me out of the room. I just left. I was like, "Okay, you're not going to answer my question, then I guess I'll just go because obviously not going to get an answer right now." And I guess people thought, and this isn't to badmouth her, I still like Golightly. And she's always talked really highly of me. Well, till she had her show last night. And I don't know what that was all about. I can't really say she talked badly of me. Maybe kind of, but just she was having a good old time. She was, I guess, a little inebriated or something. She was drinking and proud of it. And good for her. And she's making tons of money. Good for her. And I even said to her, because she said, "Well, I make money and these are my clients." Okay, good. Good. Um, I'm happy for you. Enjoy your money. Oh, I don't have a beef with her. I'm saying I asked her a question. I didn't get my question answered. So I left. And that was all I said. And I was just telling how it all went down. She was telling me she's a professional life coach and those were her clients. She said, "What I don't know is these are my clients." Good. I'm glad you have clients. And that's what I told her. I'm glad you're making money. That is what we life coaches do. I heard about it. I didn't see it. So I don't have a beef with anybody, honestly. I don't. So no beefs here. I had beef a minute ago. It was delicious hamburger. Oh, you've heard my name? Well, ask me whatever you want to know. I'll answer you. I don't have anything to hide. I'm sure you have heard my name. I've been pretty popular around here. Not for the right reasons, apparently, but it's whatever it is. She has a different style. She's a New Jersey lady, and I guess I don't know. My grandma was from New Jersey, I think. Yeah, and she didn't cuss or anything like that. Not like that anyway. But she was a feisty little woman. She kind of reminds me of my grandma, and she kind of reminds me of Joan Rivers too, which she loves Joan Rivers, so that was a compliment to her. I really don't have an issue with her. I just really wanted an answer to my question. And in case you didn't know, my question was to her and to anybody. She asks for money. She says, send me the money, send me the money, send me your money, send me the super chat, whatever she says. Bring it on, and fine, whatever. I'm not faulting her for that, but I don't. And it's just weird because in her room, everybody's like, yes, yes, send her money. It's great. They don't put her down for asking for money. I don't ask for money, but I get put down because people send me money. So it's just kind of weird. And I just said, how does that work? To which she responded, well, what you don't know, these are my clients. In real life, these are my clients. Okay, that makes sense. I guess she kind of answered it, but not really. I don't know. Whatever. I just wondered what was going on with that. No, it's not getting to me. She said she never asked for money. Oh, okay. Well, I've heard her do it. Yeah, she's just different. Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay. Well, maybe she hasn't said to send her money. Maybe she said, I have this money. Oh, look at that. Whatever. She's thanked people for her money. I know that, which is good. She kind of brags about having money, and that's good too. Oh, if you want a session to send her money or to pay her on super chat, donate. That's cool. Good for her. I don't do sessions. So good for her. I used to do sessions, and then I met some people that I just realized I wasn't cut out for it. Oh, okay. Thanks for setting me straight on that, MV. I wasn't sure. No, I don't do sessions. I would rather talk to people in a group than have a one-on-one conversation with people most of the time. I've had people call me up drunk. I've had people call me up high. I've had people call me and tell me that their husband was a narcissist and it was really them that was the narcissist. And then I got attacked. And yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Someday, if I have a counseling situation, whether I'm a school counselor, a clinical counselor, or whatever I happen to be, if I become one, um, then I'll deal with people one on one. But I'm not going to do it that way online. Yeah, super chat is super chat. And if people want to donate to me, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. I'm still going to do my live shows. I might not be doing a whole lot on here pretty soon because we're going to move somewhere. I'm going to move all my faithful people to another place because I'm done with the riff raff and people popping in here to get information to take back to whoever is in charge of the naysayers anonymous. Not dealing with it because I'm not all about that. I never was before, not about to be, because I never did live chats before. I only did uploads, and people begged me for years, go on live, go on live. Yeah, she sends them to St. Jude, I guess. And that's cool. Good. St. Jude deserves it. Although I've heard bad things about St. Jude recently. Somebody said don't send stuff to them. I don't remember what the article was. But good for her. I'm glad she does. I told her yesterday, I'm not saying you shouldn't get money. I'm not saying there's a problem with it. I just wanted to know why it's okay for you to do things the way you do, but yet I don't even mention somebody sending me money and they pour it on me and people are like, "Oh, she's taking your money. Oh, don't give her money." I'm like, "Why? I'm a life coach too." You'd rather donate to Ronald McDonald House. Gotcha. Well, they need it too. I've I've been in so many situations where I know the donations are so important and appreciated. I've been homeless. I've been in shelters. I've lived in those situations. So I know what it is to wake up on Easter morning and have somebody donate an Easter basket for you and your kid. I've lived that. Yeah, G. Marie, exactly. It was never and will never be about money for me. I'm thankful and happy when people send some because, yes, I can use it. My house obviously can use the money to fix it up and do whatever I need to do with it. But it's about helping people for me. It's not about money. So, and I told her last night, I said, if you get millions, good for you. Get $1 billion. Yeah, we all have our own audience. I don't want to take her people, and I don't care if she takes mine. It doesn't matter. I'm not on here for a popularity contest. I'm just on here to share information that hopefully will help somebody and maybe give somebody a little bit of a hand or a gentle nudge in the right direction. That's it. That's why I'm here. It's why I've always been here. I've been doing this for years, like I've said, not to boast or brag, it's just the fact. Yeah, I know she does. Hi, guys. I've heard her say it. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Anyhow, any other questions, MV? MV sounds like envy. Yeah. Sometimes I say hi, guys, or hi, everybody. But I get what you're saying. She was like making fun of Shanann, I guess people felt. And actually, she kind of was. She was having a good time with it. I do too. I go in other rooms besides this one or in other chats. I have for years. Oh, she didn't understand what I was asking. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That happens. I'm not offended by people going into other people's chats. It's all good. That's why we're here. I'm not offended by people making money. I'm not offended by them chatting. Not offended by them chatting about what they want to chat about. Who cares? Free country. What's hilarious to you? Hey, Reba, are you still in here? You're awful quiet. I don't see you chiming in at all. Am I still in here is the question. Oh, okay. Just checking. Oh, the hi guys, yeah. I know, Astral, right? Life is too short to be mean to each other. I'm not against anybody. Sometimes I watch people's videos about me and I just shake my head and think, no, that's not how it happened, but whatever. Okay. Did I watch this? Yes, I did. Part of it. I'm about to watch it after I'm done on here. I'm not really sure, Diane Parker. I don't know, actually. I have not changed my name in years and not about to. Even though there is another delusion dispeller with a space in between. I don't care. Oh, okay, Nichelle. No problem. It's all good. Hang on a minute, y'all. I'm going to grab my husband and me some Jello. Some Jello, some whipped cream. Love dogs. You're a goof. Oh, okay, Cheryl. All right, I'll be right back. You're welcome. Oh, good night, monkey. By the way, y'all, regarding the recent fiasco with other YouTubers, I think one thing we could all agree on if we admitted it was that, or is that, we all have a difference of opinion. We all perceive things differently. And once we decide something, nobody's going to change our mind about it. We all say we're innocent. We didn't do this. We didn't say that. We're all believing that we're right about what we're thinking. So there's no changing any one of us to see it the other person's way. You can't change another person. You can only work on yourself. And like you said, MV, we all have our own groups. We have our own people. Some have more than others. Some have less. Who cares? I don't. I've calmed down a lot because Right, compromise is important, but you're not going to force somebody to compromise. I've calmed down a lot because I figure no matter what I tell somebody about me, no matter how many times I say you're wrong, that's not what I said, it's not what I did, it's not who I am, I'm still not going to convince them of that. If they've decided, Dee Dee, you are blank, there is no changing their minds. And they're going to keep on saying, you are blank. I got the most horrendous email this morning, several of them actually, being nasty about my husband, ugly with me, labeling me, all kinds of stuff. And I was real upset about it this morning. And then I thought, am I these things? No, I'm not. So why am I upset over something I'm not? I used to tell my kids, my children, they'd come home. So and so said I'm a big dummy. So and so said I'm fat. So and so said I'm ugly. I'd say, are you? No. Well, then why do you care? Is their opinion of you higher than your opinion of you? Higher than God's opinion of you? Higher than the people that love you, their opinion of you? No, it's not. So why do you care? All it is words. It's their opinion, their view, and they're one person. So I just finally was like, okay, I'm not going to worry about it then. They're going to talk. And if they're talking about me, they're leaving someone else alone. But and when I sit and hear them say, oh, she's not this or she doesn't have that, and I sit there and I'm watching going, really? Where did you go to college with me? Did you walk up the aisle and get your diploma? I don't think so. I did. I'm pretty sure that was me there. I didn't make it up. So, yeah, someone's opinion of me is none of my business. I remember hearing that recently. But yeah, so I really they're going to talk. I would love to actually sit with some of these people and have a logical adult conversation back and forth. I don't think it's doable. I really don't. I don't know why I'm the subject on everybody's mind or mouth right now around YouTube. Not everybody, but a lot of people that are in these groups. But I am. So, okay, whatever. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to keep this pretty topical. That's why I talked about the bipolar disorder, the cyclothymia, and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly, Reba. Anyway, I'm not a keep up with the Joneses person. I'm just me. Yeah, gee, exactly. You never know. So I'll keep this open till about 9. We can chat about whatever you want to chat about. Just go for it. Oh, you did. MDPR. I see it. Pretty cool. I could change mine to DD, but I'll just leave it. I like my name as it stands. I decided I am going to wash my dishes, so I'm going to make some hot water. Or at least soak my dishes. I was just thinking about something. There's this one girl I know. She's kind of toughy. She thinks she's a toughie. and she likes to challenge people to challenge her, I guess. And one of her phrases that she says is, "I wish you would do that. I wish you would say that to me." And it's kind of like she really doesn't want people to. Oh, okay, have fun shopping. See ya. So that's how I feel. These people that have issues with me, I wish you would come in here and confront me and question me. I wish you would. Let's talk. Come, let us reason together as adults. It's what adults do anyway. Instead of covertly attacking each other, it would be a good idea to just sit and hash it out. I don't know. I mean, they didn't do that with the Chris Watts trial. They didn't pit his parents against the other parents and have him just do a shouting match. They didn't go on YouTube and say, well, we just want to say we hate Chris and everything he's done and blah, blah, blah. And the other family member didn't say, well, we hate Shanann and we despise her and we're glad that she's gone. I mean, they didn't say any of that stuff. They just took it to a court of law and dealt with the person involved, asked questions, and that's how they handled it. So, yeah, I wish they would. I wish they would come in here and stop making videos about me and just come in and talk to me. I've given the number of my college where I went to school. So, if people wonder if I really went to college, then I did. And hopefully soon I will be going back to college. That's the plan. Night, Tamara. Oh, she's leaving. Astral's leaving. Night, Astral. I don't know. We haven't hidden anything from you. That's all I'm saying. I don't hide things. And nothing's a secret. I'm not sneaking around trying to be somebody I'm not. So I don't know what the issue is. They're scared. Yeah, probably. I don't know. It was said about me that I can think I'm helping people, but I'm really not, or something like that. We'll let her think she's helping people. If I could get together the people that I have helped over the years, thanks to God's power and wisdom, it would probably blow some people's minds, probably my mind. I've helped people I don't even know I've helped. Yeah, I know. I mean, and look at Shanann's family, the godly attitude they have had. We ought to take a hint from their example. Right, MB. Okay, Donna. See you later. Um, yes, I know that. Thank you, G. Marie. MDP. I'm not sure who MDP is. Why do I not know that name? Should I know that name? Did you just go out and change it again? It's me, Dee Dee. I changed my name. Remind me who me is. I don't remember. I told you, short-term memory, dear. I know you went out. I remember that much. Diane, okay. I won't remember that, just so you know. I'll probably ask you again. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I don't even know what I was talking about now. Oh, yes, I do. No, I know Reba, our nice nurse, yeah. How Chris Watts's mom said, we let you live because we don't believe that taking a life, is the right thing to do. We believe that what you did was right. We don't believe that us retaliating and taking your life is right. I thought that was very godly to say such a thing. And honestly, I don't know if many of us, including myself, would have the ability to do that. I don't know. I don't think I would. Well, maybe after I calmed down after wanting vengeance and wanting to kill him, probably I could come to that point. But initially, no, I'd be like, let me at him. But then if I got at him, what would I do? I mean, literally, if that was my babies or my grandbabies, and he did that to them, and I said, let me at him, and they said, okay, go ahead, go on in and talk to him. I don't know what I would have done. I would just break down and cry and say, why, why? Why? I don't understand why. Why didn't you come and talk to us if you had an issue? Yeah, MDP, Diane. No, why did you see that as your way out? If you were so lustful or as they say, in love with this other chick, we could have sat down and had a family discussion. If you didn't want to be married anymore, then maybe we would have been able to take Shanann into our home and you could go run off into the sunset with your significant, lovely, whatever she was. I don't know. No sense in it whatsoever. Devastated on one hand, but then if he is a narcissist or a psychopath or a sociopath, he's just mad that he got caught. And he's mad that he had to sit there through that whole thing and hear about it again. And that's what it looks like to me, to be honest with you. But I've been wrong before, so take what I say with a grain of salt, honestly. That look on his face was just like, I just really want to get out of here. I don't want to hear about this. I can't stand tears. It's so weak. These people are so weak. Yeah, that's what a sociopath or psychopath would think, or a narcissist. That I know from the narcissist in my life when she had to go to a funeral home for a very young girl that died. Ooh, I don't like going there. Everybody just hugs on you and stuff, and I don't like that. Everybody's all crying, but they didn't cry when she was alive. They didn't say good things about her when she was alive. Everybody's all phony. I mean, it's not the attitude to have when you go to a funeral home. Yeah, bored. Right, bored. He's probably bummed that he can't be with what's her face. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Yeah, I'll admit I was wrong about the whole thing. I was. And I told y'all, whoever that sees this video, I told you when it came out, if he really did, if they showed that he did everything, I would tell you, okay, you were right. He did it. And I was wrong. Either way, somebody died. Precious souls died. People's lives were snuffed out from under them. That's what really matters, not if Dee Dee was right or wrong. I know, G. Marie. That's what I was saying. His mind isn't even there. I guarantee it. He wasn't worried about that. It's just sad and disgusting. I mean, I want to have compassion for anybody, no matter who they are, but I have a hard time with it. Yeah, that's true, MB. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's all so bad. Yeah, true. Some people don't show emotions. Narcissists and psychopaths and sociopaths don't, unless they're fake. Yeah. Yeah, very sad. Very, very, very sad. I'm going to move y'all over here. Actually, I'm going to do my dishes while I'm reading your screen here. It's because they need to be done, and they're getting on my nerves. And that's what happens to me. I'll let them go just so long, and then they'll bother me, and I'll start washing. I think he thought he could get away with it. That's what I think. I think he was on his way out. I don't know. Hard knowing. Hard knowing what anybody thinks before they do something like that. Unless you're cray-cray in the head yourself, I guess I wouldn't think like that, you know? And I wouldn't want to understand it, because then that would make me nuts, too. Yes, they believe they're invincible. That's true. Very true. I think he had something wrong with him. I don't know what, but something. Which is sad, because maybe he could have gotten some help at some point along the way. Yeah, I know, G. Marie. It's crazy. And still, that interview, those interviews of him were so disturbing. What, Lily? Ouch. Did I just cut myself on? But what? I'm waiting. But what? Oh, I like that shirt. I like that shirt. Yeah. He was just creepy all the way around. Wasn't Gary Ridgway the one from the dating game? Is that who you're talking about? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah, why would he be happy about a baby? He was cheating and wanted to be with the other chick, obviously. He didn't want to be in the married way. He wanted the single bachelor life again, apparently. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where he comes like this into the room. That laugh. And then he asked, pink means girls, right? Pink means girls. And she says, it's just a shirt. It's just a shirt. I know he was infuriated. I think he was also shaking in his shoes because he's thinking, now how am I going to do this? She's pregnant. I can't kill a pregnant woman. And then he thought, maybe I can. Oh, okay. Yeah, Gary Richwood. I hear you, trolls. Well, they said Chris would never kill, too. Remember? Wouldn't hurt a flea. So, nobody can tell me anybody wouldn't kill. We are all capable of that. If it weren't for a conscience or a relationship with God or a love for people in general, we could all kill people. We have a moral compass, so we don't. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to tell you guys about the whole baloney that's been going on online. You know, the he said, she said, this person doesn't like me, blah, 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 blah. When we act like that, we act ugly to each other like that, we're no better than a Chris Watts. We're killing with our tongue. We're killing with our typing, our text, and our attitude. And I don't want to be that way. Oh, I don't think it was Susan. I really don't. Right, MV. Exactly. Yeah, I know. I heard about that, trolls. That's utterly disturbing, too. Yep. Yeah, the power of life and death are in the tongue. And they that love it will eat the fruit thereof. So I want to try when I say stuff to not be cruel with my tongue. Yeah, G. Marie, I agree. They found the baby's body next to her. That's true. And they're going to send the baby's body to the pathology lab for further testing. That's what Scott Reich said on his show. Yeah, baby Nico. Aw, thanks, Tian. I'm glad they helped. Yeah, G. Marie, you didn't hear that part, huh? Go watch Scott Reich's report. What do you? He talks about that. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Wadir said so. He's usually pretty accurate. Scott Rice is pretty good with his stuff. He had the autopsy report. He was reading the actual autopsy report. So I'd say yes, it's true. I did tell. I did tell. That's exactly what he said. Baby Nico's body was found next to Shanann. Because when she died, her body expelled the baby automatically, I guess. Placenta and all. I don't think he cut them. No, they said the woman part. I don't want to say too much because there may be kids that got in here because I forgot to block off the children thing. The women part on her showed that she had expelled the baby, I believe is what he said. Yeah. It's all horrid. It's just, God, awful. Yeah, I know, Reba. Exactly. You don't want to say the wrong thing. I'll be right back. I need to blow my nose. I can't breathe very well. How's it going? Turn it off. Are you congested too? Yeah, trolls, exactly. Terrible. I don't know. You want to believe the best about somebody. And I guess maybe that's part of what fit into that's what made me kind of lean towards, well, maybe Shanann did it, because I wanted to believe that Chris had a good heart. I wanted to believe that maybe he wasn't the narcissist or the psychopath or whatever. And I had heard of women that had killed their babies, so I thought, or their kids. I thought, well, yeah, it's possible. And then I just started believing it. And yet not believing it. It was just hard to know what to believe all along. Oh, that's fine, trolls. No big deal. Anyway, I'm going to close this off at about 9. I'm just letting everybody know. It's 8:46 now, so chat it up till 9. And then we will close down, and I'm going to bed at that point because I am tired. Oh, I'm not from Cali. No. Yeah, I don't know, G. Marie. Interesting point, though. It did. You're not kidding, Reba. It was very sad. I do kind of wonder, though, if the mistress had ever been in that house. And was she in the house when stuff went on? I don't think anybody said. wow, MB. Sorry. I'm sure the kids are glad there's no school. Ouch. Got those handles on that pocket hot. I think what's going on with me right now is my medicine's kicking in. My cough medicine. It's making me kind of woozy. Oh, okay, MB. Are you in school, MB, at all? Oh, she wasn't in the house? The girlfriend was in the house, you're saying. At what time? And did the girls ever meet her? Like when Shanann was out of town? You know, when the cat's away, the mouse will play. Yeah, I know. Poor little ones. I know listening to those details was like absolutely horrendous, too. Heartbreaking. Yeah, she probably was. Does anyone know, though, did they actually say that Chris's fingerprints were on the girls and on Shanann? Did they say anything about that yet? Fingerprints. Did anybody mention fingerprints? Okay, I don't know if anybody knows the answer to that. Misha. Oh, he suffocated him. Yeah, I know that. I mean, probably so his fingerprints wouldn't get on him. Yeah, gross. MB. What you doing, me? What? Okay, Joanna. Well, we're not going to be talking about it past tonight anyway, so I'm just going to be teaching and sharing some other stuff from now on. And I won't be getting into any other cases. This is not my cup of tea either. So if you don't need to unsubscribe to from my channel, then don't, please. But just know that this isn't going to be an ongoing thing anymore. But it's up to you. You don't have to stay subscribed. Just reassuring you. I know. I'm all about hope. That's my actual outreach name. Stands for helping others progress towards excellence, the acronym. So it's like Delusion Dispeller Hope Outreach, and a slash in between there. Delusion Dispeller / Hope Outreach. So I don't want to talk about all kinds of negative stuff anyway. Thank you, Ada. Yeah, I know, Jonah. Me too. Not really obsessed with it, but people want answers and people wanted to talk about it. So I wasn't going to tell them, no, we can't talk about it. But there are other things to discuss among the land of the living. But for tonight, Joanna, it's fine to just leave now. If that'll make you feel better, I understand. I'm going to be closing down shortly here anyways, because I'm getting tired. My meds are kicked in, my cough medicine. Mimi's getting tired, as you can see. Hanging up over my back. Yeah, that's a good thing. Thanksgiving, yeah. What are we thankful for? Thankful for all of you and the live shows that have been so intriguing and successful to people. Thankful for my new kitchen floor that I absolutely love. Oh, let me show you guys what we did with it. You haven't seen it yet. Okay, so there's the wooden part that we put on near the fridge, and there's another wooden part there, and the hall floor right there. So yeah, the wood goes all the way across to the stove. We like it. And I like the tile too. You guys have probably seen me laying the tile. It's kind of like we framed in the wood, framed in the tiles. Oh, okay, Jean Marie. Good night, Susan. We got 5 minutes. I know, they're no longer suffering. Still, it's hard to fathom that. It's hard to stomach it. I know, Lily. True. Unsolved, I think you meant. Yeah, like I said earlier, I think more stuff will come out anyways as time goes on. It will. Yeah, process it, grieve, and move on. That's what Chris and Shanann's parents are doing. They're grieving and moving on. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Terrible. Great example of Christians. What do you mean, great example of Christians? The parents? Somebody asked me if they were Latter-day Saints. I'm pretty sure they were Catholic, from what I could tell. They went to the Catholic Mass, and yeah, I think maybe their children went to some kind of Catholic school type thing, because they were in a little musical at some point. Oh, okay, G. Marie, that's cool. All right, y'all. I know it's a little early, like 2 minutes early, but I've got to get off here and go lay down. I'm tired. I didn't realize the medicine would kick me that hard, make me exhausted. But I love y'all. Thanks for coming in. And we'll have another live meeting time soon. Probably tomorrow at 7. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I know, MV. I noticed that too. All right, everybody. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. You're welcome.